Will Robinson here from Robinson's Auto, toolsandtime.com. Welcome back. Today's video is not going to have anything to do with automotive repair. I actually got some words of wisdom. Learned a valuable lesson this weekend. Kicked myself in the butt, guys. And I probably could have restocked my whole shop. And I want to make this long story short. When I first moved up here like 12 years ago, I stopped at this one garage up on the corner. And I remember when I first passed it for the first time, it was my dream shop, man. And every time I passed it, I could always see myself in that shop. But I know I could never afford it. And I went in there and I needed an inspection done. You know, because I was moving up from upstate New York. Sure, I had my New York State inspection license at the time, but I was moving to PA, so I had to do the whole transfer thing. So I go in there, and I had an old Ford pickup that I redone. And it was in the 80s, carbureted. So it needed a dyno test. So I dropped it off. I get a phone call later on. Oh, it needs this and that. I'm like, this thing ain't that bad. So I adjusted the carburetor, made it run a little leaner, brought it in, and it went through. It passed the emissions, but they said, you didn't replace the cat. And they insisted that I replace the cat. And I said, dude, it went through emissions. Why would I have to replace the cat? There was nothing wrong with it. All I had to do was adjust the carburetor. And they argued and argued with me to the point where I ended up having to pay for an exemption. And from that day forward, I never went back to that garage because of the way they made me feel. And then they had the nerve that when I told them I was a technician, they said, hey, are you looking for a job? I'm like, are you serious? After what you just did, you want me to work for you? Not going to happen. I'll go work for $10 less somewhere before I represent someone like you. Not really known to people, that's just how I felt at the time. But I told myself that one time I'd never go back to that garage. Well, it's weird because I was back at that garage this weekend. And it wasn't to have any repairs done or any services done. It was actually to finish emptying the place out. The business went under and they foreclosed on it. They closed the doors. And my landlord that I rent off of here had bought the building. He called me like 2 weeks ago and gave me the first offer on it. But it was way out of my price range. He wanted pretty close to $3,000 a month just for it was $3,000 a month. And I couldn't get him to go any lower. And I said, dude, you're messing with my dream here. You can't be saying $3,000 a month for me to start. Maybe if you give me a couple of months, maybe, if things work out. I said, but that's just too much overhead for me to get started. But I said, we'll just let it be what it is, and maybe someday down the road, I'll be able to afford something like that. You know, no hard feelings. Well, last Wednesday, he calls me up and leaves a message on my voicemail saying, hey, I'm going to have an open house this weekend. There's a lot of stuff left in this shop. I want you to come down, look around, and pretty much take what you want and give me what it's worth type deal before I open the doors for bidding. He was going to have like a little silent auction. Well, I procrastinated, guys. And that's my words of wisdom for today. Don't procrastinate. Because I didn't get the voice. I seen that I had a missed call. I didn't check my voicemails till yesterday morning, around 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's when he was opening the doors. It was at 9. So I called him back. By the time he returned my phone call, doors were already open. And there was guys there with box trucks loading up all the newer stuff. Stuff that really would have helped me out a lot. Seen him outside and I talked to him. And he's like, dude, go in and see what you want, you know, and come out and let me know. So I go in and pretty much they had that place picked already downstairs, but I seen there was an upper loft, there was a back room, and not too many people went into them areas. I said, I don't know what's upstairs. I took a quick peek, and I'm willing to give you for this, that, and this. And what do you want to do? And he goes, okay, give me, and you can take what you want. He said, but you give me bucks, you can take what's left. And I thought about it, and then I said, you know what? I'll give you a box and take a chance. And let me show you what I got, guys. I didn't get a lot of new stuff, but I got stuff that's probably worth some money. And I'll probably be putting a lot of this stuff on eBay, kind of like an investment type deal. And it might be stuff that somebody's looking for and somebody's been waiting for. And a lot of collectible stuff, guys. And I barely started going through this. This business has been in business for years. And so there's stuff that's dating back to the 40s and 50s. So let me show you what I got. Okay, don't mind the mess. A lot of you older guys are going to really appreciate some of the stuff that's here. And like I said, I didn't even start going through these boxes yet. But there's a Dorman taper pins. Garage assortment 15. And all these things are full, guys. There's valve keepers, valve keys. Let's see if I can open one of these up. And they're full. Garage assortment number 26. I can only imagine what this dates back to. And just like I have dreams, man, this was somebody's dreams that I was picking through from many years ago. I mean, just these tins alone. There's a Wagner hydraulic brake cylinder hone. I'm not sure what year. I mean, every piece is there. It's much too large for newer wheel cylinders, but somebody with a classic car, you know, they could clean this box up and put it on display right with their car, you know? This is stuff that a lot of classic car owners would love to have. And talk about Chiltons and Mitchells. I mean, look at that Mitchell. Look how thick that book is. This costed a small fortune when someone bought it. And this is from 74 to 82. I think it's, yeah, it's a whole electrical series. So, probably every schematic you could think about for imports from 72 to 82. I mean, guys, these books alone will probably pay for my investment. And look at these Chilton. These are flat rate and parts manuals. Right there's one from 1965. Somebody with a 1965 could put this thing on display with their car, you know, and it's in pretty decent shape. And you can just look through this thing and see what the rates were. Here's a Chevy and Corvette. Let's see, went to replace the condenser. You know what I mean? It gives you all the times. Here's a fuel system. Carburetor air cleaner service. They give you, this was on a 57 to 65. They give you 0.3 hours. So the service costed $1.80. I mean, that's unreal, right? I mean, this is going back in time, guys. Some people would love to get their hands on this stuff, I'm sure. Like I said, this is only scratching the surface. I got boxes of classic, some modern stuff. So like, there's a receiver dryer, and it's still in its original box, brand new. I can look up that part number, see what it's for, but there's tons of brand new classic parts. And you talk about an assortment of brass fittings. I mean, even if I can't sell them or use them, the scrap prices alone, it'd be a shame to scrap them. But I mean, like bags that aren't even open for 68 to 70 Chevy or 68 to 70 Ford. It's a marker light. You know what those are, guys. I'll take out this box since all the other ones are closed. Try to do is making a mess. Those right there, I believe they're for when you used to reline brakes. Those are the rivets. Let me see, yeah. Brake relining rivets. I don't know, guys. I think I found some really good stuff here. And like brand new water pump still in the box. Like all these things have brand new parts. And I didn't even start digging through it. I mean, look at this. This is just some of the stuff that's in these boxes. Tell me that thing doesn't have some age on it. It's a troubleshooter. I didn't even start looking at it yet, guys, to tell you what all it is, but it's definitely some kind of electronic troubleshooter for capacitance, capacity, voltage, microsensitive leak detector. I don't know, I have to look it up, see what's all involved. What else is in that box? God only knows right now. I mean, when was the last time you seen a box like that with reinforced corners? That's another Dorman product. More new parts, a lot of AC stuff. I mean, I even got believe it or not, they're new. They're just really dirty AC compressors. I'm sure somebody with a classic car would love to have an original replacement like that. Oh, God only knows. Looks like a ball joint. All kinds of front end components. And talk about spark plugs. I know they're Autolites, guys, but you can tell by the boxes these weren't bought yesterday. And it's not just Autolites. Look at this Bosch. Look at that box, guys. I'm not sure what year that's from, but I gotta do some research. But there's more than just Autolites in there. Yeah, look at that mirror. I'm not sure what that's off of, or if it's just a universal, but I gotta start going through this and see what's all here. Some kind of coupler. That's not that old. I can tell some of that stuff in that box has some age on it. I can only imagine. Brand new ignition with the key. Like I said, guys, I didn't even start digging through these boxes. Like, I noticed some of this stuff ain't that old, you know, but it's full of wheel studs. Anybody had to replace a wheel stud, those things are a couple bucks a piece. Oh, God knows it's bushings and stuff like that. Here's a seal and bearing cabinet. And yes, it's full. I mean, come on, guys, if I don't have my money's worth in this stuff, there's something wrong. That right there, that one top assortment cabinet container. Weighs about 75 pounds. Maybe close to 100. And it's all brass assortment fittings. All categorized, and some of the boxes not even open. I mean, this was out of an active garage, so there's a lot of stuff, you know. At least there's 4 or 5 in there, and then, like I said, some of the boxes not even touched. That thing's got to be worth some money. I know just in scrap alone, it's worth a couple bucks, but I'd hate to scrap something like that. Other stuff I just grabbed to grab. Once I came here I realized, you know, headlight alignment kit. It's kind of dated. There's 9 brand new mufflers. Some of them vintage with part numbers, and then some of them modern. And you can tell just by the way that thing's made. Look at the size of this file. The friggin' thing's a monster. An old Atlas coolant system pressure tester kit. This was all stuff that was stored away up in the top loft. And it's complete. It's got this cap tester. You know, and this is some old stuff, guys. This ain't modern. This is this has some years on it. Not sure exactly what that is. It's some kind of fittings and hoses. But yeah, like it's full. Automotive springs. Full assortment. And anybody that knows automotive programs, that program alone costed 5 times more than what I paid for this whole lot. And yes, everything's there, including the receipts and all the CDs. And a key disc. Gaskets. Engineer. It's all there. Pretty much it's a electronic stethoscope. Got your earmuffs, and then you got your wand. I thought this thing was pretty cool, even if it's not worth anything, just to put on the desk and give someone some kind of vintage receipt. Check this thing out. You know, because I like this old stuff as well. But check it out, it still works. I just put my insert a piece of paper in there like so. Let me see, we'll go over, man, you could go pretty high with this thing. I guess you call that 2,233 and 32 cents. I just pull the handle, put it down, and there it is. $2,233.32. Tell me that isn't cool. I thought that thing was awesome. might be a keeper. That desk and chair. A lot of sorted O-rings and hose clamps. I thought these books were pretty cool. Emission inspectors recertification. I can read up on that. Regulations. GM OBD2 enhanced scan data. Those books are pretty cool. If you have the code, you could do some advanced, enhanced troubleshooting. And then all your certification manuals. Actually, there's somebody's ISE Recert badge. Can't really see them behind there, but there's some more cabinets, and they got some stuff in them as well. I have to go dig them out. I think there's 3 cabinets total. And a lube drum with a pump. Works. These cabinets, I really can't open them, but on the other side are the drawers. And that has like brand new like ignition stuff for classic cars, like points and things of that nature. An old Lincoln Buzz box, 225 amp. And then another guy offered me $800 for the whole lot, minus the desk. And the parts washer. That parts washer came with it as well. And minus the signs and that register. Things that I want to keep. I may take his offer, but I'm going to see what I got first and do some research, because there might be a lot more than that here, guys. When you talk about vintage stuff, some people might die to have their hands on this. Some pretty cool signs. So, you know, I took them as well. I'll show you some more that I got that I really like. Now, I'm not sure if these are worth anything. Once again, I got to do some research. As you see, there's cases of it. And I'll show you each kind I have. That's pretty much one of each one. I know they're dated back pretty well, but I'm not sure what the value is. But I got cases of it. And plus there's another box that I'm not sure if that's the same oil down there. But I didn't dig that one out yet. That's a complete case of the coolant system. You know, it wasn't stored the best, but they're in pretty good condition, as you can see. They gotta be cleaned up. And they're full. Never open. Grabbed some scrap metal while I was there as well. You know, I got like, I think there's like 5 radiators total. In addition to that, I got 3 brand new radiators. This one in the back's a monster. I mean, somebody paid more for that radiator than I paid for this whole lot. They got part numbers on them. I just got to look them up. But yeah, they're brand new as well. So I think it was a pretty good investment. And I just got to start digging through it. And I only showed you the stuff on the surface. When I first went over there, I was only going to grab the desk and the parts washer and a couple signs. And then you end up seeing what I got. I couldn't see this stuff going. Check out this one Chilton. I remember back in the day when we had the shop, we couldn't afford one like this. Someone paid a small fortune for all these books you see here, guys, and I only got half of them. Here's the 84 to 86 passenger light truck. I know it's aged, but man, for someone that has cars from this era, this information is priceless. Because once you get back to a certain year, sure, we have our Mitchell on demand and our all datas, but once you get back to these years, guys, it's very limited. Where this book, man, it'll show you everything in much more detail. You know, this is the books that they scan from to make them programs. As you can see, man, that thing's twice the size of a regular manual. Some serious money spent there, I'm sure. Like I said, guys, this is just scratching the surface. Now this is just some miscellaneous signs that I picked with the, I guess you could say I went picking. I thought these are pretty cool. That's a Monroe thermometer, interstate battery. You know, this stuff is, it's not plastic, it's metal. Check out this neon, brand new, never opened. This Auto Care center clock. I could take their information out and put mine in. Automotive Service Association. I thought this one, I like this one the most. ASC certified. Well guys, well there's a small glimpse of what I've been up to. And some of the stuff I'm going to keep. Like the signs, I'm going to keep them. So I may not have got the cream of the crop as far as the new stuff goes. I got the parts washer before anybody took that. It's a fairly new one. Here's one for you lawnmower guys. I thought this was pretty cool. Never seen anything like it. It doesn't appear to be that old. As you can see, the guy, it's real dusty. Most of this stuff will wipe right off though. It's just been stored away up in the rafters, you know. As you can see, it turns any lawnmower into an electric start. That's if you want to run an extension cord in your drill out to it. Well, nowadays, you can see there's a cord on that drill. I guess nowadays they maybe electric cordless one would do it, but yeah, it says spin start, small engine starting system. Thought that was pretty neat. And what's cool about this stuff, guys, is in some of them lower boxes is brand new parts. You name it. There's like AC compressors, alternators, distributors, and they all have the original boxes with part numbers. So I could look up the part numbers and categorize them. It's going to take me some time, but at least people will know what it's for, and I'm sure it'll help out some car collectors and, you know, people that want some, you know, stuff that's dated. I thought that was a pretty cool pick, so I just wanted to share it with you. Hope you guys are having a good weekend.